I want to talk a little bit about this bishop from Washington, Bishop Marian Edgar Budd. She did a little speech, and I'm going to play a couple minutes of it because I think it's worth all of our listeners listening to, especially those of you who are listening overseas. So make sure that you hit that like, subscribe button so that you don't miss a Friday episode or anytime that we drop our special episodes that we've been doing lately. As always, thank you for your support. We don't take you for granted. And we're just looking forward to building this community with you and fighting back against these fascists and Donald Trump for the next 4 years. So
that's right.
Make sure you support us because this is how we combat them. We have to have the platform. We have to have the megaphone. We have to have the people taking our message and spreading it. So it's up to you to take us and project this message. So we depend on you all. So help us. So with that, I want to go ahead and play this video because I just think it's worth replaying on the platform.
In the name of our God, I ask you to have mercy upon the people in our country who are scared now. There are gay, lesbian, and transgender children in Democratic, Republican, and independent families, some who fear for their lives. And the people who pick our crops and clean our office buildings, who labor in poultry farms and meat packing plants, who wash the dishes after we eat in restaurants and work the night shifts in hospitals, they may not be citizens or have the proper documentation. But the vast majority of immigrants are not criminals. They pay taxes and are good neighbors. They are faithful members of our churches and mosques, synagogues, wadara, and temples. I ask you to have mercy, Mr. President, on those in our communities whose children fear that their parents will be taken away, and that you help those who are fleeing war zones and persecution in their own lands to find compassion and welcome here. Our God teaches us that we are to be merciful to the stranger, for we were all once strangers in this land. May God grant us the strength and courage to honor the dignity of every human being, to speak the truth to one another in love, and walk humbly with each other and our God for the good of all people in this nation and the world.
Now, you saw their faces.
Oh, yeah.
Particularly J.D. Vance.
Oh, yeah.
Real quick, though. Am I mistaken here? But didn't Melania flee a war-torn country?
She fled where I'm from, like next country over. They all were involved. She's from Slovenia, bro. She's from
which is now called
where I'm from.
Yeah,
literally. Yeah, no. We make the Bosnians make fun of that shit all the time because she has Melania. That's an Eastern European name, bro. Ivanka is an Eastern European name. Let me tell you, like I know what he did. So his face bothered me even more. He literally gave the "How dare you" lip.
Yep.
How fucking dare you?
Well, speaking of knowing me, as you all do, I have Donald Trump's response. So let me read that to you. Donald Trump responded by saying, the so-called bishop who spoke at the National Prayer Service on Tuesday morning was a radical left hardline Trump hater. She brought her church into the world of politics in a very ungracious way. She was nasty in tone and not compelling or smart. She failed to mention the large number of illegal migrants that came into our country and killed people. Many were deposited from jails and mental institutions. It is a giant crime wave that is taking place in the USA. Apart from her inappropriate statements, the service was a very boring and uninspiring one. She is not very good at her job. She and her church owe the public an apology. Sorry, she's not going to apologize to a rapist, felon, and accused pedophile, you piece of shit. And the funny thing was, he's sitting there talking about immigrants. The data shows that it's actually Americans that are way more freaking violent than the immigrants that are coming in. Like, you guys seem to think that all these immigrants that are in here illegally want to get the attention of Donald Trump and law enforcement. Like, that's the part of your argument that I always thought was really dumb. It's like, oh, all these illegal immigrants are coming here and committing all these crimes. No, they're not. They're coming in and hoping they can get a fucking job. Like,
yeah.
You know, are there violent ones? Yes. Statistically speaking, is there a crime wave compared to Americans? Absolutely not. And again, I live an hour and 20 minutes from the southern border. My in-laws live 45 minutes from the border. There is a blimp up in the air that monitors the border where my in-laws are. Like, we live this shit. I promise you it is not as bad as they're telling you. No. I promise you. Like,
it's all propaganda, dude, about the immigrant thing. I'm on the level where I'm like, if you're on this planet Earth, you're not illegal. I don't know what the fuck that means, illegal. I'm sorry. In my sense, you should be able to live wherever you want. That's just my opinion. As an immigrant, I feel like live wherever you want, man. Because when you get kicked out of your own home, you'll get to that level real quick, that level of thinking. It's like, nah, I just don't think humans are humans, period. And that's where my brain is.
And speaking of that, of course, there was a member of Congress that came out and called for the bishop to be deported after her. He literally posted online. You can go on my timeline. So this dude literally said that she should be deported for what she said, and everybody's like, "Hey, dickbag, she was born here, like she's a citizen."
No.
Not even somebody, not even a naturalized citizen. Like, she's born here.
They don't care. They want anybody who does not agree with them out.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. If you protest, they want to be able to kick you out. They want to have that threat.